It is day 23 of the Gurus and Gratitude Challenge in the Ego to Enlightenment workshop. My name is Cindy Tevens. I'm the spiritual facilitator who keeps it real. Today, day 23. What are you grateful for? Have you joined me in the challenge? If you did, post below something that you're grateful for. Today, I'm grateful for humility. Somebody said today in Facebook that humility or surrender feels scary. And actually, the thought of surrender or humility is what feels scary. The thought of surrendering me and who will I be without me? And I will be nothing. I will be annihilated. This is a very scary thought. Any thought that's not true feels bad. It's supposed to. So the thought of humility or being humbled is not a good thought. But humility itself, the surrender, the letting go, is so blissful. And that's the way it is about pretty much everything. What we think something is always not the same as what the something is. So our thoughts about things are always worse than the actual things. When we start to realize there's a difference between our thoughts and things, which is not what current New Age spiritual thinking had you believe. They think thoughts are things. But when you start to realize that they're not, you start to gain your freedom back. Not that you ever lost it. It's just you start to free yourself from thought. And the thought of, I have to be better, I have to prove myself, the thought of myself, period, separate from somebody else, is a scary thought, is a painful thought. And so to release what we think we know, which is usually never nice, to release that feels so good. To become not knowing and not needing to know feels so good. And so I'm very grateful for humility, not just because it feels good, but because the surrendering of the false self is what is needed in order to know your true self. If this doesn't happen, you will not know. You will never know. And there can be a thing called fake humility. And it becomes another form of ego. I'm so humble. I'm so spiritual. And this is not genuine humility. Genuine humility is the falling away of I in whatever shape or form it takes. And it is a chameleon. And so it is not what I want or what I don't want. That's not gone far enough. It is the I itself, the surrendering of the I itself. When you start to give up thinking that you know anything, certainly that you know something for others, what can happen is another form of ego, which is, it doesn't feel good. You know if this is true humility, because it is actually a release. It feels much better than fighting to keep up myself in opposition to other selves. So I'm going to go into our group, which is Ego to Enlightenment, and see who we have here. Anybody present? And it looks like Facebook has not worked again. So I think I'm recording, but not actually live on Facebook. If someone can tag me and say hello, if I am indeed live, that will help me find me in Facebook, in the group, presumably live, but it's not looking so much like it. Technology, the joy. So since this really doesn't appear to be live, I'm going to wrap it up, go and post it, share it, and then try and go live again because I invited some people to come and say hello live. So I want to make sure that I show up as promised. But I'm going to keep this share on humility, and I have yet to actually talk about the quote. Oh, look at that. I finally found it. I am live. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Janice. Very good. I won't go yet then. If you don't do a reality check, you won't know the truth. We must do the reality check. Always, always, always. Don't just go with what mind thinks. One example is a member who was up roofing on the top of the house, and he started to lose his footing. And he had a rope, which when he started to lose his footing, it kind of gave way. And the mind said, the rope is cut. So he let it go. But the reality was the rope was not cut. So he let it go and had to find his way to the ground. He was very fortunate that he didn't get seriously hurt. So do the reality check. Okay, going to share my quote for the day from a guru on the subject of humility. And as soon as I can find myself again, there we go. Okay. Here it is. Once again, my all-time favorite guru, which is Sri Ramana Maharshi, who said, the more we are humble, the better it is for us. I'm not sure you can hear me because my crazy cats just ran by making a pile of noise. The more we are humble, the better it is for us. He also said, to the extent that we behave with humility, to that extent, good will result. These are sort of nice sayings, but the ultimate one he said about this, which I value the highest, is humility is indeed the hallmark of the destruction of the ego. And how does that manifest? It manifests in not needing to argue with anybody and not needing to be right, in actually being sort of curious how people can come to where they're at. The personal bite is taken out. Things are not personal anymore. They are as they are. That doesn't mean you agree with everything. You know, you may not agree with things, but not agreeing with something or someone is not the same as being arrogant, as having an I that doesn't want to be wrong, or an I that has to prove something. That is completely different. The personal aspect of it is removed. Business as usual, you could say. Some people might think this is cold. It is not cold. It's not that you don't love, you do. It's not that you don't enjoy, you do. It's just that you have no needs to pursue anything or anyone, or to change anything or anyone. Doesn't mean you won't try to do your best, but the attachment is gone. That's really what it's about. And gotta love humility for itself. It is sweet. Try it on. Do it not just with a thought, though. Open with all of your powers, actually, tangibly, physically. Open, drop, let go. Not just mentally, physically, with all you have. Try it on. Let me know what your experience is. Hey, Bonnie. Okay, I'm not seeing the video running here, but I think it's still running. Thanks for visiting, everybody. If you keep typing, I keep talking, you know how it works. And if not, then we'll say goodnight for tonight and see you tomorrow for another episode. It'll be day 24. We are getting near the end, but we are going to see you through and ring you through the new year together with gratitude all the way. Okay, anybody else? Anything to share? Questions, comments? Have I redefined humility for you now? I used to think it was a bad thing, and it felt really bad. You've been, almost like an insult or something. But it's not. It's very, very blissful. Okay, then. Good enough for tonight. I wish you a good night. Enjoy yourself. Thanks for dropping in. You know what to do until we meet again. Keep it real and enjoy yourself just because you can. Thanks for dropping by.